What if the woman you think you know is not the woman she truly is? Imagine sitting across from her at dinner. She smiles politely, her laughter perfectly timed, her words carefully chosen to make everyone at the table feel comfortable. To you, she seems confident, kind, and effortless. But later that night, when she is alone, she stands in front of the mirror. Slowly, she wipes off her makeup, and as each layer disappears, so does her smile. Her expression hardens, her eyes shift from warmth to exhaustion, and for a moment, she looks like a stranger even to herself. This is what Carl Jung called the persona, the mask we wear to meet the expectations of the world. For women, this mask can be even heavier, shaped by what society tells them they should be: nurturing, agreeable, graceful, never too loud, never too ambitious. Yet beneath that mask lives another self, the one she keeps hidden, the one that might be ambitious, angry, restless, or deeply vulnerable. The fascinating and unsettling truth is that you rarely meet this hidden self. You meet the mask she has been wearing for so long that sometimes even she forgets it is not who she really is. Jung believed that the persona is necessary, but dangerous if we mistake it for our authentic self. Because the longer she wears it, the further she drifts from her true identity. And here's the part she doesn't want you to know: that version of her you admire, the polished and perfect one, might just be a carefully crafted illusion. The real her is waiting behind the mask, and if you ever see it, you'll realize you never fully knew her at all. The side of her she'll never admit to might control her more than you think. Picture this: she's sitting with a friend, nodding gently, offering comfort, her tone soft and reassuring. On the surface, she radiates patience and kindness, the very image of empathy. But look closer, not at her words, but at the flicker in her eyes, at the way her hands tighten ever so slightly when she hears something that stings. And if you could see her shadow cast on the wall, you'd notice it clench its fists even while she maintains her calm. This is what Carl Jung called the shadow, the hidden self, the part of her personality she tries to bury, deny, or keep locked away. The shadow carries impulses she doesn't want to face: envy, resentment, desire, even rage. She might smile at you while secretly competing with you, love you while silently resenting you, or praise you while suppressing a bitterness she doesn't want to admit. What makes the shadow powerful is not just its existence, but its invisibility. She doesn't want you to see it, and more dangerously, she often doesn't even want to see it herself. Yet the shadow has a way of breaking through sarcasm, sudden mood shifts, or the subtle ways she sabotages herself and others. Jung warned that until we confront our shadow, it will control us from the dark. The truth she doesn't want you to know is that her sweetness is only half the story. The other half, the darker half, lurks in silence, shaping her choices, influencing her reactions, and waiting for moments of weakness to reveal itself. And if you've never noticed it, it's only because she's become very skilled at hiding it. Inside every woman lives a man she doesn't talk about. You might see her as graceful, nurturing, soft-spoken, the very embodiment of femininity. But beneath that surface exists another presence, an inner voice that is decisive, logical, sometimes even ruthless. Carl Jung called this hidden presence the animus, the masculine side of a woman's psyche. Imagine her at work, quietly taking notes in a meeting, smiling politely as others speak. Then, suddenly, she cuts through the noise with sharp words, her confidence commanding the entire room. For a moment, she surprises everyone, even herself. That wasn't just her social mask speaking, it was the animus, the inner man who refuses to be silenced. This inner figure is not about physical strength but about authority, reason, judgment, and conviction. It's the voice that challenges her when she doubts herself, the force that pushes her to stand firm when others expect her to yield. Sometimes, though, the animus can twist into something darker, making her stubborn, overly critical, or blind to perspectives outside her own. And here's the part she doesn't want you to know: the animus is always there, shaping her values, her desires, and most of all, the kind of man she is drawn to. Often, the qualities she seeks in a partner: confidence, intelligence, determination, are simply a reflection of her inner masculine. You may think she's searching for someone to complete her, but in truth, she's chasing the mirror of a figure who already lives inside her. The animus is not a weakness. It's her hidden strength. And if you ever witness it fully unleashed, you'll see a version of her that is sharper, fiercer, and far less predictable than the woman you thought you knew. The things she loves, or hates, in you might not be about you at all. Picture her in an argument with her partner. Her voice rises, sharp and accusatory, "You're so selfish." The room falls silent, the words cutting deep. But later, when no one is watching, she takes the last piece of cake in the fridge without asking, ignores a message she promised to reply to, and spends hours indulging herself. This is not hypocrisy, it's projection. Carl Jung described projection as the act of seeing in others what we cannot, or will not, see in ourselves. The traits we deny, repress, or disown in our own psyche do not disappear, instead, they spill outward, painted onto the people around us. For her, calling someone selfish might really be a reflection of the selfishness she refuses to admit lives within her. And the compliments she gives, the admiration in her eyes, may also be projections, qualities she longs to develop but feels unable to claim. She might call someone confident because she secretly craves that same courage. She might fall in love with someone's kindness because it echoes a tenderness she has buried. The unsettling truth is that many of her strongest reactions to others are not really about them at all, they're mirrors of her inner world. That's why sometimes her praise feels too intense, or her anger feels disproportionate. Jung warned that until we pull back our projections, we remain blind to our own hidden self. And here's what she doesn't want you to know: when she looks at you, she might not be seeing you clearly at all. She's seeing a reflection of herself, and until she recognizes it, you're only a canvas for the parts of her she cannot face. Here's the secret: if she doesn't face her hidden self, she'll never truly be free. Imagine her walking alone through a forest at dusk. The path is dim, branches stretch like shadows around her, and each step feels heavier. Behind her, pieces of herself follow, the smiling mask she wears for the world, the shadow she hides, the inner man she argues with, and the projections she casts onto others. They linger like ghosts, each tugging at her in different directions. She tries to ignore them, to walk faster, to escape, but the truth is they are part of her. Carl Jung called the journey of bringing all these pieces together individuation. It is the process of becoming whole, of uniting the persona, the shadow, the animus, and the hidden projections into one complete self. In the forest, she finally stops running. She turns to face the versions of herself she's been avoiding. The mask falls to the ground, the shadow steps closer, the inner masculine stands beside her, and the reflections dissolve back into her body. For the first time, she feels the weight of all that she is, not just the light she shows to the world, but the darkness, the conflict, the contradictions. And in that acceptance, something changes. The forest begins to brighten, the sun breaks through, and the path opens ahead. Individuation is not perfection, it's integration. It's the courage to say, yes, this is me, both the parts one admire and the ones I fear. Here's what she doesn't want you to know: until she takes that step, she's not fully herself. But the moment she does, she becomes someone unshakable, someone no mask, no shadow, no hidden voice can control again. That is the freedom she secretly longs for.